Hey everyone, this is Ask an Expat with Marcus and Matt. We're going to answer the question, if I come to Russia on a tourist visa, can I look for a job or search for a job?
This is Ask an Expat with Marcus and Matt from An Expat's Russia, where we answer your questions about what it's like to live, work, and travel in Russia.
Absolutely. That's a great question. And at Expatriant, we get that all the time. Absolutely. I would actually encourage anyone who's looking to move to Russia to try to find a job to come on a tourist visa, check it out, talk to companies, try to get a feel for what it's like to work there, especially if you haven't been there. So the simple answer is yes, you absolutely can look for a job on a tourist visa. You will have to leave Russia if you do get a job while you're looking for a job on a tourist visa because you cannot change visas while in Russia. And that's maybe a angle to this that you can speak to, Marcus. But in my experience, almost everybody comes to Russia on a tourist visa. Some people on a business visa. It doesn't matter. Just a business visa for a number of nationalities will give you more time in Russia. But there's really no other way. Unfortunately, gone are the days where you can get a job in Russia from your own home country, like used to be popular maybe in the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s. But almost everybody these days is showing up in Russia, applying for jobs, talking to companies, and getting a job while they're there on a tourist visa.
Yeah, I would say the difference, there is a big difference between, what your skill set is. Like for your example, is you were a professional in a specific area. So
Sure, maybe I should have.
anyone going to Russia that has significant experience in a specific industry, looking for a job in that industry, it's just easier to get a job. Not that it's easier, it's more it's better in the long run because you're in Russia, you can meet the interview in person and negotiate a better rate,
Right.
better conditions. But if you are entry level, teaching English, then yes, you can get a job before you come, get the work visa, do all that
Right.
before your trip to Russia. Um, like Matt mentioned, um, you know, you're going to need to leave Russia. If you come to Russia on a tourist visa, you get your job that you wanted. Then you're going to leave Russia, go to a Russian consulate, and apply for a Russian work visa. So I think
Right.
those are the two types of you know categories of people. But in general,
Right.
you'll get a better job if you come. It's kind of risky, but
Well, I think one of the biggest things is that most Russian companies, if they're already interested in hiring a foreigner, there's lots of foreigners in Moscow. And it's a really big risk whether thinking about working in Russia, you might not understand this, but from the employer's perspective, it's quite a big risk to offer someone a job from abroad who's potentially never even been in Russia.
yeah,
I mean, what if that person doesn't work out, right? You're going to have the couple months of training, all of the onboarding expenses, flights, visas that could be just for nothing. So, most all companies, unless you have, 10, 15, 20 years of experience, it's almost impossible to find a professional job, through the internet these days. Again, not to say it's impossible, because I'm sure there's somebody who would say that I'm, wrong. But in my experience and all of my friends' experience, it was very, I would even say it's easy to get a job if you have some marketable skills in Russia
yeah,
and can speak a bit of Russian.
yeah. I agree. I agree. And if you're not in that category where you're looking for a professional job, then obviously you could get a job like English teaching or language teaching,
I was just going to
and
say
then
that.
transition to work for 6 months, a year, depending on the contract that you sign. Get your feet wet. You know that you come to realize Russia might be a place that you'd like to spend more time in. Then you can transition easily into a better paying job.
Well, I think the best part about coming as an English teacher, many English teachers are teaching what they call business English in Russia, and you're going to be talking to potential hiring managers, and so it gives you a chance to network.
Yeah,
So, if you're risk adverse, definitely come to Russia, teach English. You can get a job from abroad. It won't pay well, but you can land on the ground working the next week, and you can be, hit the ground running and try to network your way into a professional job. That's what I did, actually.
Yeah.
That's a story for another video.
All right. So if you've gone to Russia on a different type of visa, on a work visa, on a tourist visa, comment in the section below and let us know your experience.
Or let us know if you had trouble getting a job in Russia after coming on a tourist visa. It'd be interesting for us to know. This was Ask an Expat with Marcus and Matt from An Expat's Russia. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have a question about Russia, let us know in the comments. We'll answer it in another video.